women getting pregnant, and she was giving an example saying that African women most times spend 10 years of their lives either pregnant or breastfeeding. So she's saying that during this time, because
in the lifespan you're living
10 years,
10 years, you're either pregnant in those 10 years or breastfeeding.
And I think it's a fact because, for example, you have 3 kids.
My grandmother pushed 12 kids, man.
Now she must have spent how many years breastfeeding?
I have
Breastfeeding. Yeah, so you know, you give birth and then you breastfeed and then take a break maybe for 2 years and then have another child, give birth and then breastfeed again, like that. So that's the process. So she was saying that it is now at a high risk because they realize that breastfeeding mothers, their immunity is low, so they are susceptible to getting many illnesses along the way. She explains.
Even if they are not moving with other men, they are at home. As long as they are sexually active, they are at high risk of HIV acquisition because of the changes I've talked about earlier. When your body undergoes many of those changes, normally they also affect the immunity of the pregnant woman. That's why you see when a woman is pregnant, she usually falls sick. When she gets malaria, it's 4+. When she gets the flu, it's like, you know, everything that a pregnant woman gets is like multiplied just because of the state of her body. So therefore, she's also at risk of HIV acquisition. So if you're at risk of HIV for 10 years, it means that in those 10 years, really, you might end up getting the disease.
So what do we do about it? Because breastfeeding has to happen. Conceiving, you have to reproduce.
Actually, for them, they're recommending, according to the World Health Organization, there's a certain an HIV preventative for women that they have introduced, actually introduced in 2021. They've been undergoing clinical trials. It's called the defilement vaginal ring.
Excuse me?
Defilement vaginal ring. It's for women, supposed to prevent, leave alone the one that is coming next year here in Uganda, the injectables. That is for all youths who want, or anybody who wants to prevent HIV every 2 months, you take that injection. This one is for breastfeeding mothers. They want them to get involved. You just use that defilement vaginal ring, put it on yourself. It will prevent HIV. It will prevent, yes.
Not on, because it's a ring. For the V.
Yeah.
It goes inside the V.
You don't have to insist on whether it's in or out.
Does it have to be shallow or deep like
I
this?
don't know. I don't know those details.
Would you use it?
Nah. I don't know. Why are you putting me on such a spot?
What else? What else do we have happening? Yeah.
What else? The police and the Office of the Directorate of Public Prosecutions, that's the DPP, has taken interest in a case where a 16-year-old girl was defiled allegedly by a senior staff at Chambogo University.
Excuse me?
Called Lawrence Aaron.
16 years.
16-year-old. Actually,
university.
she's now a candidate. No, not a candidate. Vacus. S for Vacus.
Okay.
She was a candidate then, an S4 candidate. 16 years old. Her identity has been withheld because the case is, because she's a minor, of course.
Okay.
And she says she went with 3 other. She's a blind girl. Blind teenage girl. Yes.
Oh my God.
So her and 3 others went to Kenya. They traveled to Kenya for a conference on the use of IT for the unsighted, people who can't see. So during that conference, they chose Aaron Lawrence as their chaperone, like the one who's in charge of them and all that. So after the conference, when they were getting back home, he offered to take them home after their flight. So he drove them. The 3 of them dropped each one of them at the places they were supposed to go, and she was the last in the car, sitting at the back seat.
Blind?
Yeah, she was going to Chira. He says, I will take you home up to where your parents' place is. So what happens is she got thirsty along the way, and he offered her a bottle of water, and she took the water. According to her, she claims that shortly after she took the water, she blacked out.
She lost consciousness.
She lost consciousness. When she woke up, they gave her a pill. He gave her a pill and told her to swallow this. So she wondered why he was giving her a pill to swallow. Then after that, she realized something had happened to her. Someone had defiled her, actually. So when she reaches home, she reports the matter, and the matter was taken to police as well. So according to Luko Wesigire, Kampala Metropolitan Police Deputy Spokesperson, he says that the DPP has taken interest and has asked them to do further investigations on the matter.
God. Blind girl.
We are not going to leave any stone unturned until this girl gets justice.
The file was forwarded to the office of the DPP, who advised that we should make further investigation, recording statements from the last child who was dropped off and also the person who opened up the gate for Aaron and the girl to enter the gate.
Behavior, no? Very sad.
It is very sad. This is a senior staff at Chambogo University.
Defiling a blind 16-year-old girl.
Like seriously.
Okay, if he does that to...
If it's alleged, but right now we call it alleged.
If this happens to a 16-year-old who's not yet even a university student, what happens to the student that he tutors?
No mercy on them, man.
No drugs, just janguan. Ngatu what else do we have happening?
Yeah, the case of Henry Katanga, the businessman who was killed on November the 1st. Yesterday evening, we knew that the DPP had given charges to the wife of murder, Molly Katanga, and then the 3 other suspects were also slapped with charges. That is the Shamba boy was slapped with the charge of being an accessory to crime. The doctor, Charles Otai, who also came in to check on the dead body of Henry Katanga, was also charged with being an accessory to crime. And then the daughter, Patricia Katanga, has also been charged for interrupting a murder scene, like playing around with the murder scene, or evidence.
Eliminating evidence.
Yes, because apparently
tampering
they carried
with evidence.
Tampering, right word. They carried the body from the master bedroom to the sitting room, and along the way, this doctor also, when he came in, these people concealed information and really, they tampered
honestly,
with the crime scene.
Okay, if I find that's the father was dead, right?
Yeah.
If I find my dad dead and maybe I just touched the body or carried from the bedroom to the living room.
Yeah.
Go Amsangu.
Yeah, that is because how will police take it on? They have the crime. That's why a crime.
You're my mother.
Should
I come home and I find you dead.
Let me tell you, even if you find someone hanging,
don't touch them.
Don't touch it.
Up until when police comes.
Yes, if you find someone is dead and has a knife attached, because the moment your fingerprints or your DNA is attached to that knife, you're a suspect automatically.
Exactly. I know, I understand. And ignorance of the law doesn't have defense. But let's assume we have had an incident here where we need police. Can we call police right now and we find out its response rate?
Yeah, you can call. There are many police stations within.
Tukube?
Kuba Tulabe. Yeah, but
they will arrive at 4 p.m.
No, even if they're arriving at 4 p.m.
So I leave you there with the flies all over you.
No,
4 p.m. Till 4 p.m.
In this circumstance, the body was in a master bedroom. It was shot dead. Whether it was, because previously the suspicion from police that it was suicide, but then the tables have turned and they're saying it was actually murdered. That's why the wife is being charged with murder by the DPP. So if there is such circumstances and you don't know exactly what happened, leave the body where it is, let the rightful authorities come and start from there, because now that's already a crime scene. You were not there, you don't know what happened, you just came, found someone lying on the ground, another person lying on the ground. So anyway,
that would be the right thing to do.
The 3 have been taken to prison and they've been remanded to prison until December 4th when their bail hearing will come up. They were taken they appeared before the Nakawa Magistrates Court, Chief Magistrates Court. So the daughter and the doctor and the Shamba boy. Then there's also another daughter who they have not yet arrested. I hear she's admitted, according to a statement from the DPP, who also tampered with the evidence.
Very sad. Very sad, very sad, very sad. Now, you know what they said? There's a Uganda saying that goes, Tamukute akolachi. Yagamba yaye.
Because they have denied the charges, they have denied, even the wife says no.
100.2, that's what you tuned into. Exactly 18 minutes after 11, that's all you need to know that's happening in the country and the world over. For more information, you can check out our website, www.galaxyfm.co.ug. Pam, if I let you go, do you still agree with me, with my school of thought?
On what?
That women cheat more than men?
No. We cheat once in a while, but when we do, there has to be a good reason. Okay, and the reason is usually you guys.
Men cheat, right?
Yeah, all the time.
More than women.
Oh, most
They cheat on their women with who?
With women.
Exactly.
But how many?
That's enough.
Mr. Henry on Galaxy FM.